Look at this disaster. This is what they're calling the future? Be serious. It looks like somebody ordered a neighborhood off Temu, and this is what got delivered. Flimsy, soulless, straight-up knockoff vibes. And that gate? Oh, we're definitely talking about it. Loud. Clear. Because let's keep it real. When you got a whole fence up before anyone even moves in, that's not security. That's a statement. A giant neon sign screaming, "This ain't for you," dressed up as luxury, but really just exclusion wrapped in bricks and buzzwords. And don't think throwing in a dry cleaner or some random boutique changes the message. Slap in a corner store, at a bodega, doesn't matter. The vibe stays the same. If you don't got a lease, if you don't know the gate code, you're locked out. Period. And truthfully, I'm not even mad at the exclusivity. Just stop lying about it. Don't pretend this is about the community, when it's clearly about curating who gets inside. Cut the performance. Stop the fake speeches. Call it what it is, luxury light segregation. Now think about this. What do you think Tiffany's feeling right now, watching all this unfold? New developers popping up like saviors, tossing around revitalization like it's confetti at a parade. Meanwhile, Tiffany? She had the mic. She had the bag. She had the momentum. And she fumbled. She could have been the face of this whole wave. She could have finessed another check, got another glossy headline. But nope. She exposed her hand too fast, ran out of game, and now she's benched, watching from the sidelines. No villains to blame, just her own downfall. And now here comes a new guy, rolling in with fresh blueprints and flashy ideas for Dalton 2.0. After the Pope fiasco, this squad has the spotlight. They've got traction, a narrative, momentum the last crew never managed to grab. Let's just hope they don't clown it up the same way. But you know how this goes. Same playbook, different actors. And don't get me started on the fake supporters. The ones who smile in your face, then disappear when the contracts get signed. Seen that energy too many times. Clocked it from a mile away. Let me show you something, though. Back in 2022, I personally grabbed a 13-acre lot with a couple investors. Nothing crazy, just truck parking. 13 acres for rigs, straight business. Dream small, right? But now, because it's near that infamous Pope location, suddenly the same lot is prime real estate. Suddenly it's got resort-style potential, like the air got richer just from a headline. That's how fake the game is. One zip code shift, and everything changes overnight. No magic, just hype. But the second the neighbors started asking real questions, they panicked. The story flipped. Now it's mixed-income housing. Now it's bringing back the community. Tossing a daycare, a laundromat, maybe a smoothie spot. Suddenly, it's a sales pitch wrapped in we care language. But let's break it down. What does mixed income actually mean in practice? It means sprinkle in a handful of affordable units to check a box. Meanwhile, the majority? Still luxury light. Still exclusionary. Still for the curated few who can afford the gate code. And don't forget that land? Still zoned M1. Industrial. They're trying to change it piece by piece behind the scenes, leaning on trustees to push approvals through. And to sell it, they've got their shiny blueprints. But that lot's been sitting there, dusty, crusty, ignored for years. Now suddenly it's rentals, homes for sale, and mixed-use apartments. Which, let's be real, just means you live upstairs from a donut shop. Pools, playgrounds, childcare centers? Sounds dreamy on paper. But in reality, only for residents. Not the actual neighborhood. Because let's be real, if your kid doesn't live inside that development, somebody's stepping up quick like, sorry, this playground's for residents only. That ain't community. That's rent-based segregation. That's a fence dressed in landscaping. And you saw that gate, clean, polished, bold. Screaming, you don't belong. Add a laundromat. Add a boutique. Add whatever shiny amenity you want. The truth is, if you're not inside the bubble, you're not invited. And that's fine. Just stop calling it a gift to the people. They're spinning this as some gift to all of Dalton. But let's stop pretending. There aren't many open lots left, and the few that remain, priced into oblivion. And now, storage units are being floated like a community solution. You know why local storage units are full? Because people lost their homes. Families crammed together, forced to stash their lives in boxes. That's the story they won't put in the brochure. Instead, they flash renderings of prefab homes and fake playgrounds. Dress the scam up in Canva graphics and call it progress. They're about to jam-pack this project with units like it's a clown car, no matter how cramped it gets. Tossing out buzzwords like 5-to-1 parking ratio and elevated water tanks, like they're building Wakanda. Don't get it twisted. This isn't about quality of life. It's about stacking profits sky high. People? Just background noise. They'll dangle shiny promises of tax boosts, family housing, maybe a few retail spots. No liquor stores, they promise. All family-friendly. And the renderings? Oh, they're polished like a movie trailer. But zoom in. The same guy hyping this build is trashing the homes that already exist, calling them outdated. Meanwhile, the price tags on what he's building? Way out of reach for most locals that, if you really care about the community, fine, build your luxury apartments. But keep the shops and restaurants on the outside of the gate. Make it public. Let everybody eat. Don't hide it behind some locked compound and pretend you're saving the city. That's not progress. That's exclusion. That's how you build walls, not neighborhoods. If it was me in that mayor's chair, I'd be live on the mic at council meetings, tearing this plan apart piece by piece. No filters, no fear. They'd call me Super Mayor Mama. Laughs, but trust me, y'all ain't ready for me pulling up with receipts and a hot mic, streaming the truth to everybody's phone. Now let's talk location. 14700 Harvard Street. Right next to that CVS on the way to Riverdale. Sure, it's near the train, easy to find. But go look right now. It's a straight-up wasteland. Weed swallowing the lot. Brush so thick you'd think it's hiding a jungle. Tumbleweeds rolling around like extras in a Western movie. Pull it up on satellite view, and it's even worse. That lot? It's not even close to the size they're claiming in those glossy renderings. Compare it to the houses next door. At best, you might squeeze in 5 small homes. Not dozens. Not what they're flexing. It's a fantasy blueprint, nothing more. And don't get fooled when they throw around the term mixed income. People hear that and immediately think Section 8. But nah, that's not this. Don't expect $75 rent. This is targeted at teachers, firefighters, middle-income workers, mid-tier paychecks. But let's keep it 100. This isn't built for low-income families. If that was the real mission, they'd be out here buying up abandoned homes, patching drywall, fixing busted pipes, repainting, doing things that actually put roofs over struggling families' heads. But no, they want ground-up, brand-new, glossy. And they want us to believe they're handing it to folks barely scraping by. Please. See, mixed income is just another PR trick. It sounds inclusive, like there's a lane for everybody. Not luxury. Not poverty, just some middle ground. They promise studios to 3 beds, all different layouts and price ranges. Sounds nice on paper, right? But here's the catch. They keep saying affordable without ever defining it. Affordable to who? A teacher making $38,000 a year? A senior living off Social Security? Or some transplant from L.A. who thinks $2,500 a month for a shoebox is a bargain? Let's be real. When they say affordable, they're not talking to us. They're talking to outsiders who won't blink at dropping 2 racks a month just to be near a train line. And here's the kicker. All of this is being pitched on land zoned as M1. That's industrial zoning. Not smokestacks and coal mines, but warehouses, truck depots, the kind of stuff nobody wants next to a barbecue and swing set. Now they're pushing for rezoning to mixed use, so they can sprinkle in some apartments, maybe a rec center, maybe a coffee shop or 2. They've even got a catchy tagline. A community within a community. Cute, right? I'll give him credit. It's slick. And yeah, M1 doesn't really fit here anymore. Nobody wants bedtime lullabies from forklifts. But let's not pretend this rezoning is about families. It's about leverage. Rezoning gives them that golden stamp of approval. Proof to wave around when they start chasing down state and federal funding. The folks holding the checks? They want receipts. They want to see Dalton's name on it before cutting deals. And trust. These developers know the playbook. It's not shady. It's not illegal. It's just business. Somebody even asked straight up if they're chasing HUD money. Their answer? Maybe, maybe not. Translation? HUD comes with politics and mess, and nobody wants their name tied to that. So they're keeping it vague. But the truth is simple. They'll chase any dollar that fits. This isn't about passion. It's about payouts. Point one guy even said, I want my kids to look at this and say I built that. That's legacy talk. Then his partner jumps in, all dramatic, like, I brought my team. My mama ran a business here. I love Mayor House. We got deep pockets for Dalton. Oh, really? Yours? Or your buddies? Because let's keep it real. It sounds like the money isn't coming from his wallet at all. It's his partner holding the checkbook while he plays a hype man. That's the hustle. We've seen this script before. One talks, the other pays. A two-man hustle dressed up as community love. Then comes a big vote. All in favor? Every single hand goes up like it's a pep rally. Not one person said no. Not even hesitation. Unanimous. Just like that, the project's greenlit. And what happens next? The vultures start circling that Pope land. Investors, developers, contractors. Everybody wants their slice of the pie. It's giving scavenger hunt energy. Everybody's scrambling for scraps, but we already know how this ends. Another lock gate. Another so-called community project that forgets the community even exists at S.O. Dalton. Hear me now. Don't fall for the pretty pictures. Don't get distracted by clean renderings and smooth talk, because once that fence goes up, game over. Locked out. Shut out. Another shiny project that leaves locals watching from the outside. And the worst part? We've seen it all before. That's why I'm begging y'all. Stay sharp. Stay alert. Don't get played. They're selling dreams dressed in blueprints. But dreams don't pay rent. Remember that. And no matter what happens next, I love y'all. Always. Peace.